pandemic. Breaking connections to the world. Empowering language on humanity. Let's bring the world of learning in one channel. Welcome to Business Combinations English TV.
Good day everyone. This is Pat, your grade 9 English teacher. Welcome to week 3 and 4 of quarter 1. Our learning objective for week 3 is to identify the kind of models used and its function. For week 4, our learning objectives are to define conditionals, identify the types and ways in writing conditionals, and write sentences with conditionals. Week 3 is just a continuation of the lesson on week 1 and 2, which was discussed by Teacher Asen. As a recap, modals are auxiliary or helping verbs that may express permission such as can, could, may, prohibition such as can't and must not, obligation such as have, has to, and must, and no obligation such as don't and doesn't have to. For our week 3, our learning task is to read the Memorandum of Agreement on pages 13 to 16. You are going to identify the modals used and analyze if the said modals express permission, obligation, or prohibition. For our week 4, we are going to discuss about conditionals. Do you have any idea about conditionals? I'm sure you have because it was lightly discussed in your previous grade. This lesson focuses on forms and use of conditionals. As grammatical features, conditionals is used in expressing stand or arguments which may be helpful in persuading others to move or act and even change their thoughts. Before we have the discussion, let me present to you the milk or the most essential learning competency for this lesson. Use conditionals in expressing arguments. Now, let us talk about conditionals. Conditionals are statements expressing the result of a particular condition. If clause and when clause present the condition, while the main clause explains the result. Conditional statements may appear in both affirmative and negative structure. In a statement, conditionals may appear first before the main clause. If the main clause appears before conditional, the meaning of the sentence remains the same. Now, let us read the following examples. Number 1. If you pray hard for it, you will receive it. Number 2. You will receive it if you pray hard for it. Number 3. When you pray, God listens. Number 4. God listens when you pray. As far as you know, how many types of conditionals do we have? Yes, we have 4 types of conditionals, and these are zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. Now, let us study the different types of conditionals. The first one is zero conditional. Zero conditional deals with habits and general truths such as laws. It is formed by using this structure. The condition should be if or when plus present simple, and the main clause should be present simple. Examples: when you pray, God listens. If you place it in the fridge, the water freezes. The road closes if it is already curfew time. Next, we have the first conditional. First conditional is used in dealing with the things that are possibly or likely to happen in the future, though this type may be formed using unless, as long as soon as, or in case, Its most common form uses this structure. The condition should be if or when plus present simple, and the main clause should be will plus infinitive. Examples. Number 1. If you don't pass the test, I will hire a tutor for you. Number 2. When I am done with this, I'll get my car to fetch you. Next, we have second conditional. Second conditional is used in dealing with things impossible in the present and are unlikely to occur in the future. It is formed using this structure. The condition should be if plus past simple, and the main clause should be formed by using would plus infinitive. Examples. If I only pass the test, I would celebrate and party. Number 2. If I were a boy, I would do everything to please my girl. The last type of conditional that we have is called third conditional. Third conditional is used in dealing with things or change in past scenario yielding to different results. And it is formed using this structure. The condition should be if plus past perfect, and the main clause should be formed by using would have plus past participle. Examples. Number 1. If she had performed it, Elena would have stayed in her post. Number 2. Antonio would have been an engineer if he finished his studies. There you have it, our 4 types of conditionals. Zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. For your learning task number 1, you are going to share your thoughts by filling each box with your personal responses. When my friends feel happy about me, I. If my family lived in a field, I. If ever I see you again, I. If I go to my favorite place, I will. If I had a chance to meet my favorite superstar, I. If I only had lots of money, I would. Now, for our learning task number 2, you're going to choose the letter of the correct answer. Next, for our learning task number 3, you are going to answer the following questions. Number 1, what are conditionals? Number 2, what makes up a conditional sentence? Number 3, how do these types of conditionals differ from one another in terms of its use? Number 4, why is understanding conditionals important in making meaningful sentences? Number 5, what is the importance of conditionals in argumentation? That ends our discussion for week 3 and 4. Again, this is Ma'am Kath, your grade 9 English